So we see over here, he's telling us what? What is the derech hayeshara? What is the best way to take in life? Not be an extremist one way, not be an extremist the other way. I'll tell you guys a story. I told this over once before, but it's worth repeating.
You have to know who you are.
You have to know who you are. But let me tell you a famous story which I heard once before. Which I told you once before. My rabbi in yeshiva runs a summer camp up in the mountains. Do you hear? And what happened was, one of the students brought in a magazine, and the magazine had some immoral pictures. It wasn't chas v'shalom, but women weren't dressed properly. Things weren't the way it should be according to Jewish standards. So what did he do? He confiscated the magazine. Do you hear, Mishael? He confiscated the magazine. So now, what happened was, the rabbi told the kid, listen, I want to speak to your parents about this. It's unacceptable. You can't bring this in there. Okay. The next day, the parents come into the summer camp and they start talking to the rabbi. Tell the rabbi as follows. Listen very carefully. They tell the rabbi, you have to understand one thing. You see, you are an extremist Jew. We're very middle of the road. We keep things very simple. You can't just come over to my son and start telling him that he can't read his magazine. It's a sports magazine. What's the big deal? Okay, some pictures here and there. You hear? So Rabbi, please take your extremist views, keep it to yourself, and let us live our lives the way we want to live it. Do you agree with them or no? Boris, yes. You agree? Yes. Regular pictures of women, they're not dressed properly.
That's their view of life.
Yeah?
Daily news.
It's their view of life. Right? New York Post, Daily News, things like that.
Regular.
So Boris, you agree with the parents or with the rabbi? With the parents.
You can't change them overnight.
They were in his summer camp, right?
At home they can do it, not in his.
Okay, and what about you, Alan? Who do you agree with, the rabbi or the students?
The student.
Or the student?
Though I didn't give this.
Okay. The student has a very good argument here. Rabbi, you can't impose your extremist views of Judaism into us. Okay, so listen very carefully. Listen very carefully what my rabbi told him. Powerful answer. He told them as follows. He said, listen, I decided to always wear a suit with a white shirt, right? And you could decide to wear, jeans and a blue shirt. Okay? I'm extremist, you're middle of the road Jew. You hear? I decided every time I daven, every time I pray, I put on a black hat. You pray with a small kippah. Could be God likes your prayer better than mine. I'm extremist, you're middle of the road Jew. I decide when I pray, right, he's Hasidish, I wear this gartel, the little belt around my... You don't wear any gartel, you just have your regular belt from your pants. Could be I'm extremist, you're middle of the road Jew. However, this is the punchline, listen carefully. The rabbi told him, however, what I can't see, you can't see. What I can't eat, you can't eat. Over here, all the Jews are equal in this matter. God says it is forbidden to look at immorality. It doesn't say, if you have a beard and you have peot and you're wearing this, you can't look at immorality. But if you live in Rego Park, Queens, you can look at it. End of Akazeh. Middle of the road and extremists, according to their standards, you could say, okay, the way we dress. You hear? But when it comes to what I'm allowed to do and what you're allowed to, if you can watch that movie, if I can't watch that movie, you can't watch it either. If I can't go to that club or to that restaurant, you can't go there either. And there's no two standards when it comes to these things. I'm not telling you, you just happen to be such a good looking guy sitting right in front of me. Anyways, you hear? But guys, this is, that's also true. I like my right side. But the point is, indirectly I'm talking to Yossi. Guys, but the point is, Morai Rabbatai is a very important concept that we should keep in mind. Don't start saying, the guy that learns in yeshiva all day, he's the one that has to pray 3 times a day. I could daven shacharit in the morning, Mincha Arvit is not enough for me. Right? You hear? The guy, no, this is a very important thing. The guy that sits in yeshiva, he has to sit and learn a few hours a day. Or not for me. We have to realize when we have obligations, right, that are in the Torah written explicitly, it applies to every single person.